Hey, yo, this is 7 p.m. pregame, where you can catch us every Tuesday ahead of our full episode drops on Thursday. Melo, last night the Pistons beat our New York Knicks 100-94. Cade Cunningham dropped 33 points, and one of his most memorable buckets came after a behind-the-back jam while you were being interviewed by MSG Network. In transition, he finished strong and pointed right at you in the middle of the interview. Now, Melo, you have a penchant to becoming memes. You know what I mean? Every time you go to these Knicks games. And so I want to ask you about that secondly. But first off, I want to know your thoughts on that moment with Cade. And secondly, you predicted a tough 6-game for this series, and the Pistons have looked tough outside of a great run by the New York Knicks in Game 1. You could argue that the Pistons might have been the better team so far going into this series, now 2-2 heading into Detroit. Got to know your thoughts, man. What are your thoughts on that moment with Cade Cunningham?
It's a respect thing.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying? Like I wear multiple hats.
Literally and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively. Both.
Lots of hats.
I wear the hat of like representing New York, the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I wear the hat of like being a player who played for the Knicks. And I also wear the hat of somebody who fucks with this younger generation
and vice versa.
And talent. You know what I'm saying? And see certain skill set that compartmentalizing the Knicks, you know what I mean, situation with myself, like focusing on guys who can really play the game of basketball.
For sure.
Like, I'm still a fan of that too. So to that point of Cade is like him acknowledging, yeah, I'm here. Like, I'm here. And I'm here to come see you too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the Knicks, but I'm here to come see you put in work. I want to see what you got to do. This is a very important series for you. So, and I always said that I wanted to work with Cade. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he heard that or not, but
I'm sure he watches the show.
You know, like I would love to work with him. And even seeing him last night,
he was
like,
he was going crazy. Bro, especially after game one. Game one,
he got everything.
Yeah.
He got everything. You get 1 to 2 things. Good riddance. He's 6'6" and he's 6'6" point guard.
You mean 1 or 2 things as far as like tools and his
tools?
Okay, all right. The height, the big guard ability.
Because I see him starting to get down there in the post.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not as much, but he's starting to get down there. But if he get a couple just 1-2s out of that post,
good night.
Andre Miller. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Chauncey Billups, D-Wade, them post up big guards down there.
Yeah, but if you get a spin, fade, bump, like learn how to be patient down there, man, Shorty is tough. I give him that.
He's already pretty tough even without those moves quite yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also with him, he just fit so seamlessly into what Detroit has going on. They built that team the right way.
Yeah,
they got the right pieces. They got physicality, athleticism, shooters, and then you got some. They could defend, and you got a really good coaching staff over there, and you got Cade who can lead now. That's scary, and we saw that for them to come in there and take Game 2 in the Garden, like that notion of like teams is too young or inexperienced, that shit is out the window now. Them notions is over. These young boys is coming to play.
I just think it's funny how the last time we sat here, we had Spike Lee here, and we was talking about guys becoming the next Garden villains or whatever, and I said, if something happens, you're going to point at Spike. And Spike's not here because he didn't point at him. He pointed at you.
Yeah.
What happened?
He pointed at me because that's my guy. Like, he knows. That's youngin', that's little bro. We gonna lock in.
Yeah.
I don't like that they beat my Knicks. Now the other hat get to switch on. You get what I'm saying? I don't like they came in and took that game.
Right.
They took the game.
Yeah, man. I mean, Cade had a subpar game the first game. OG had a decent job on him.
First playoff
second game.
First playoff game.
First playoff game in the Garden. It seems like he got his legs under him in that second game. He just got everything he wanted out there. He was giving it to OG, who did a pretty decent job on him in the first game. And, now, like we said last week, we figured this was going to be a tough series. The Pistons match up really well with them. Cade Cunningham is a star player. And, the physicality has shown up in this series, right? The Pistons have probably been the more physical team. I can't tell you how many times we've seen Jalen Brunson getting pulled up off the floor, or just people just getting roughhoused, and Karl Anthony Towns not getting any field goal attempts in the fourth quarter or the second half. Like, the Pistons are sort of imposing their will. Now JB's been hooping, like Jalen Brunson.
But that's not the. Go ahead, finish.
Nah, Jalen Brunson's leading the playoffs in scoring right now. So I think he's averaging like 35 and a half or something like that. But other than that, everything you've said about this Pistons team has come to fruition. And now they split. They got what they needed to do. They got the split, and they head to Detroit. How do you see the outlook for the rest of this series, given what you've seen so far?
Game 2 was a mirror image of Game 1. Mm-hmm. We just got hot. We caught that run in the fourth quarter that, we needed every bit of that.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So it was questions about Game 1. Without that run, where we would have been at, right? But hindsight is always 20/20. We win Game 1. Now Game 2, Detroit goes back and make those adjustments. What adjustments they make? I seen big lineups out there. I saw, you know what I mean? Way a lot more physical. They on the floor. They diving first.
Yep.
They energy. They talking shit. They came to play Game 2. And as for Cat not to get a shot attempt,
how does that happen? Like,
that's, to me,
is that more on Cat or is that more on
it's a
strategy?
It's a part on him too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got to demand that shit. Like, you got to demand the ball. You got to demand, nigga, JB, come on, let's get into 1-4-5 pick and roll. You got to have the IQ to see that and allow, the coach got to be confident in that too. Like, Cat got to be a lot more demanding of situations and demanding the ball, whether to score, whether to make a play. It was one point in time, Cat got the ball 3 straight times. They ran the same play 3 straight times. Cat hit a little shot. Cat got a jump hook. Cat got the fade base. And it's like, they still have this little guy on you. They switching off and they got Tobias Harris on you. No knock to Tobias Harris, but he's a smart player. He's a veteran. He's a smarter player. You get what I'm saying? He's a smart player. Knows how to utilize what he can do best. Get him off of you. Go set somebody's on Jalen. Mm-hmm. Go 1-5 pick and roll. End of the game, we going 1-5 pick and roll, bro. There's no
running sets at that time.
No, I'm not going through OG. I'm not playing through Mikal. No knock to those guys. It's the money time. We got to close it out.
That's where they get paid the big bucks.
Right. And they shouldn't it ain't about the big bucks. You the guys who got to carry this shit.
Right.
So we got to really take the ego of the plays and, you know what I mean? Because a lot of guys out there they don't look happy. Mm-hmm. They look out of position. They look out, you know what I mean? Space
plays on the Knicks don't look happy.
Plays on the Knicks.
Yeah.
They don't look like happy.
The body language
says it all. You know what I mean? That's just what I experience.
Of course.
It's like guys don't know when to shoot. Guys don't know when to attack. Guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of that indecisiveness out there as I'm watching the games. Cat has to demand and make himself a lot more present down the stretch like that. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Slowly into the game, slowly walk it down there. They switching every single pick and roll that y'all play. And I'm not saying go down there every time, but like know when to pop, know when to roll. You know, there was some times where he should have rolled and he popped. And he should have popped and he rolled. And it's like,
well, how much is that? Is
I want to see
credit
some
to
cross
Detroit?
screen. Let me see a cross screen, block the block for Cat coming through, get the switch, get close to the basket.
How much is
especially in the crunch time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you don't think that a credit to what Detroit's doing and their physicality and making sure he doesn't get the ball or deny him the rock?
No, I think Detroit's doing a hell of a job. They following their game plan and they sticking with it. I'm saying as far as Cat, he has to demand that. You know what I'm saying? He has to, the IQ of the game starts to kick in now. It's not, we know what they're going to do. We know the plays. We've been playing again. You know what I mean? We know what's going on. The IQ of the game got to kick in. When to roll, when to pop. Nobody should tell you that. You should be communicating that with JB. Yo, you know, we got a mismatch over, take it over to the side. Pick and roll, boom, pin down. Mikal Bridges coming out the corner. OG in the back door. Like, that's when OG get the duck ends and the seals off the switches. While this action is happening over this side. I want my best two players into the game, in the play. Cat shouldn't be opposite corner. You get what I'm saying? He shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be standing up top of the key. He shouldn't be in the slot. End of the game.
It's money time.
Go get his money time. Yeah. Go get to it. Especially now. Regular season, that shit cool. But now you gotta get to it.
Absolutely.
Go get some easy ones, get down there. They gonna foul you. They fouling.
There was a foul discrepancy in game 2, apparently, between Detroit and New York. Apparently the Knicks.
Because Detroit established their dominance early.
Right.
They established their level of physicality that they're gonna play for the rest of this game. So now the refs already have a marker of where to start at. You get what I'm saying? And now if they'd have came out bullshitting and the Knicks bullshitting, then the refs would have had to establish a lower standard of the game to build it up. But Detroit from the beginning established we're going to be tough. We're going to be physicality. Game 2, we on the road. If it wasn't for that run, we should have won that game.
Okay.
Now the refs is like, okay, now I see.
Is Thursday a must win for the Knicks?
Fuck yeah.
They can't afford to go down 2-1.
You can't lose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in their favor now, obviously. You know what I mean? They get home court. But they have to go out there and do the same thing. Detroit got to win. You know what I mean?
You got to go take it back.
You got to go take it back. If we supposed to be that type of team, let's go take it back.
Last but not least, before we wrap up, Jalen Brunson has, become playoff JB once again. You know what I mean? It always seems to elevate his play in the playoffs. Like I said earlier, leading the NBA in playoff scoring so far. What have you seen out of him so far in this Pistons series that, makes you believe they can turn it around and possibly still win against the Detroit Pistons?
Well, JB gonna be JB. He gonna get his numbers. He gonna play the way that he plays. As a result of that, though, you get the games that we get 3 starters with 30 points. You can't have Cat, OG, and Josh Hart, 3 guys with a total of 30. You know what I mean? 30 points. 30-something points.
So is it more on JB to be more of a playmaker and less of a scorer?
I'm not saying that he has to be more of a playmaker. It's just these guys have to be more assertive. Josh Hart, when he get it, he's not a half-court offense guy.
Takes off, yeah.
Yeah, like when you get off the... he should be having fun grabbing it off the rim and going and pushing it. That's when he's at his best. But we don't see it. We haven't seen that from him the first 2 games.
Okay.
We see him getting it going and then stopping, trying to figure out where to find somebody to dump it off to. I need that. That's my message to JB. If I'm into Hart, if I'm in there. Yo, you get off the board, go. Go until somebody stop you.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we need JB. We need Josh Hart.
Of course.
To do that, though. Because when you're doing that, now other shit falling in place for you.
I like JB running off ball too, because we need him to score, right? And with Josh Hart, those opportunities when he's grabbing rebounds and getting near triple doubles and all that type of stuff, like that's probably when the Knicks are at their best.
It should be a known thing. If Josh Hart get the rebound, everybody's space, everybody run their lane. And just let him go in transition. If he get it, he push it. Like,
he finishes at the rim strong.
So this is the game within the game. Josh Hart has to control that part of the game because nobody else could control that part of the game.
Right.
That transition, getting out, getting those eats, getting those fouls, and ones, energy, he can control that part of the game. So that's like his thing that he needs to do.
Tap in with us this Thursday. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channels. We're going to be talking about a lot of playoff basketball.